Good morning, Panther fans. So, an interesting thing happened this morning,
On the way to
and
the
I'm getting a good giggle this morning because the first video that showed up on my YouTube feed, I'm gonna probably make a separate video about this later. But Steve Dangle did his Leaf recap, and it's very interesting to me how fans of each team see a completely different game. And I mean, he's happy he won. He's happy they won and everything like that. But apparently, all of Leafs Nation is calling Sam Bennett a diver for kind of going back like that when Domi gave him the face wash.
he
And
did.
and
He
but
embellished it. I'm sorry, he
but but
did.
but but
He got
what
hit. He got hit.
yeah.
Genuinely got
Yeah,
hit in
if
the
you
face,
don't face
but he gave
wash
a
the
little. He
dude,
gave a little extra at the
you
end.
gave a little extra at the end. But the interesting part to it is that you won the game, and it's not like we scored on that power play. So it's we're so under their
I'd
skin.
like to get that guy on with us.
I've tried for years. He's too big to talk to me. But the thing about it is this: what this reminds me of is the years when we would beat Tampa in the regular season and think we've got them, and we'd be all excited. And the Tampa fans would come in the comments and be like, "We'll see you in the playoffs. We'll see you in the playoffs." They were just all calm and cool, and we'd be like, we got them, we got them," and then they'd whoop our ass in the
All
playoffs.
right, let's move on for them. Steve Dangle, kiss my ass. Steve
Go,
Dangle, if you're
go.
watching this, I challenge you to
He ain't
come
watching.
on with us and have a debate. Okay, because we're a better team than the Leafs. Okay, genuinely. I mean, you could see
Look,
it last night. The only thing is, we just blew some opportunities.
look, the second of a back-to-back on the road with our backup goalie, and and it had to end in a shootout that way, and we had to kill off a power. I mean, I just it's not even.
Let me
Yeah,
let me start by saying to all our watchers here, the Panthers played a great game last night, guys.
yeah,
Okay, I'm sorry. We just, yeah, second of back to back. Anthony Stolarz, tip my cap to
yeah,
him. He
yeah.
was Bob 2.0 last night.
Yes,
That kid was stopping everything. It's a shame that we had to lose on I hate the shootout.
I know, I
And
know.
and it's our fault because that last one, I don't even know who shot it, but you had Forsling in front and somebody else in front that could have popped it in, but maybe it
Right.
was Barkov. I don't know, but that game should have ended way before overtime.
Yeah, yeah.
You
But
know,
hey,
that's
look.
it's just incredible how we get 5 goals the night before,
Right.
and then one goal, and that usually doesn't win the games.
Well, this.
Not in modern day NHL.
No, no, no. We're
Rare you win 1-0 or
yeah,
you know.
yeah, yeah,
But
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, I thought it was a really good game,
Right.
especially because we played the night before.
You're right.
And you were right. They carried the momentum from the night before into this game. I mean,
Yeah.
I expected, you know, a slow start. There was no slow start.
No, no, no.
It was a good game.
Yeah, yeah.
They don't
Well,
like each other.
no, no, no. They definitely don't. Um, I'm not. Let's put it this way: hockey players, for the most part, they have their ups and downs, right? Any sports person, but hockey players, especially in terms of putting the puck in the back of the net, they have their ups and downs. So the number of guys right now on the down for the Panthers is basically pretty much everybody but Sam Reinhart and Kevin Stenlin. You know what I mean? Lundell,
Verhage,
but Lundell can't buy a goal.
Verhage.
Verhage, Barkov don't even bother shooting
Yeah,
anymore.
Barkov is.
Okay,
I was ready to jump
okay.
on that.
And now the flip side of that is Aaron Ekblad, who's shooting. I mean, the second the puck hits, he's shot. He can't hit the net. Okay, and then Montour, we can only assume it'll get better I mean, he doesn't look bad. He looks fine defensively. He looks like himself defensively, but just nobody other than Sam Reinhart and an occasional fourth line guy is putting the puck in the back of the net. And eventually that's going to even out.
Yeah, we need some help from the guys that you mentioned.
Right.
Anton Lundell. I don't know how many times I've mentioned the fact that he just does not know how to bury it.
Right.
Alexander Barkov, we need you to step up, man. You're the fucking captain. You got to start scoring some goals. Because you're right. It can't be all on Reinhart and Verhaeghe. And Stenlund. Speaking of Stenlund, man, just wow. Another Zito.
Yeah.
The guy's amazing how he finds these guys. And I really liked the penalty kill. And I was hoping that, Goldie opens his mouth, and then the next thing you know, it's the opposite. So he said, we killed 17 power plays in a row.
Oh.
And I was like, oh shit, here it comes.
Right.
But we didn't. We
right.
So I'm really proud of the fact that, the PK is looking good.
Yeah.
What happened to the power play? Well, how many power play chances did we get last night? Not too many, but we should have made, we should have we should have saved one from the night before for tonight. I mean,
look,
typical Leafs Panthers game.
Yeah, I mean, look, we're not scoring a number of goals that we should, but we're allowing basically 1 or 2 goals a game. You know what I mean?
And you're gonna win. You're gonna win most games doing that.
Right. So
in regulation, it was 1 goal, and it's basically 1-1, and that means we shut down Matthews, we shut down Marner, we shut down Tavares, we shut down Nylander. The kid Gregor's goal. Again, guys, I keep saying 6x6 breadbasket, top shelf corner. That's where you score on these guys. And that's what he did on. That's what he did on Stolarz.
Right. So look, the interesting thing. Let's talk about the fight. That to me, I think if the fight doesn't go the way it goes, the fans are not bitching and moaning and groaning about, because that was just
Domi's a punk. Okay,
we got a power play and we didn't score. It didn't have an effect on anything, and then Domi got his ass whooped. You don't, if you're going to sucker punch somebody, Sam Bennett is not the dude to sucker punch.
Yeah, like Aaron Ekblad, remember?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I have a video on this channel about that.
Yeah. So for those that weren't around, a few years ago, Ty Domi sucker punched Aaron Ekblad, and Aaron
Ekblad. It was a
preseason
game.
Yeah, and Aaron Ekblad didn't do shit, and none of the other players didn't do shit, and I lost a lot of respect for him, because man, you just don't let that. You don't let that go. That's like a creed in the NHL, man. Look. I've never seen up until a couple of years that if a player gets hit with a really good hard check, that's part of the game, man. Now, you get hit like that, the whole team jumps the guy.
Right.
That never happened. There was like I don't know. I guess there's a new kind of rule amongst the players that, hey, man, you're going to look to hurt one of our guys, we're going to jump you.
Right. AJ's in the chat. Good morning, AJ.
So, like I said, Domi sucker punched the wrong guy.
Yeah. AJ says he's definitely not his dad.
And he's bald like us, so.
Right, yeah.
Anyway, but he did get, and then if you watch it, you'll see he did give a little extra oomph.
I mean, he was getting called for it, but I guess the
But he didn't get Bennett didn't kick Domi's ass. There's a lot of he might have hit him with 1 punch. It was a lot of a couple of helmet shots, and it was nothing. I really loved.
I disagree there.
All right, well you watched the replay.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, Bennett whooped his ass, man. Bennett got in 2 good shots underneath the helmet, because Domi went down and then Bennett kind of got him back up and hit him again.
I've sent you when I see them. Usually they come on my Instagram feed. I usually send you the links of some really good fights.
Yeah.
Right, and
yep.
How many of the Bob the Probert? Remember him, Bob Probert?
Probert?
Think.
No. Well, you talking about one that you sent me?
I've sent you.
Yeah.
I've sent you many links, but that guy was like the heavyweight champion of the NHL.
Okay, I get what you're saying.
Everybody used to want to, go at it with him.
Right.
But it's just incredible that Domi's in that. He's in that most hated player list of mine. He's a little punk. He's a punk. Like Marchand's the rat. Tom Wilson. He's the scumbag, and Domi is the punk.
AJ says Max was trying to make fun of Bennett for being bald, but Domi's got no teeth. Oh man! So look, the only thing to take from that game right now is the offense definitely needs to step up, and the thing of it is that. And I keep saying this, and it's pissing me off with Nick Cousins because he had another opportunity last night and just couldn't bury the puck. And I'm not talking about the shootout. And he's the reason why we were even looking at Patrick Kane, because we need to fill. I'm never going to give this up. We need to fill the hole that we left when we got rid of Owen Tippett in the top 9. So the problem is though that. If you fill that hole and you move Cousins, you're going to move him down and you're going to take Gadjevich off the ice. And I don't want to do that. So these other guys, Barkov, Lundell, etc., they need to start putting the puck in the back of the net. And Cousins somehow needs to figure out how to bury a couple more chances so that we don't have to
Rodriguez too.
Rodriguez, man, I don't know
Let's not talk about the shootout. Let's just talk about in general and go. I don't know. I get lost in who says what on the broadcast, but they did say that, Rodriguez hasn't scored in so many games. I mean, he's definitely, great on that line. He's a good digger in the corner and stuff, but, that line needs to be a little bit more balanced in the scoring. And yes, they got assists, and Reinhardt's got all the goals. But I'm going to go back and point my finger at Barkov because, and Kachuk for that matter. Those guys need to start scoring.
Right.
I know Kachuk's taking more shots than Barkov, but I mean. Barkov in the shootout was weak, man.
Yeah, he shot right into his glove. Right.
And I guess technically the Rodriguez double tap, I've never seen that call. I've never seen a goal called back like that.
Well, if you think about it.
It's bullshit.
No, if you think about it, his stick is still moving forward. The puck bounces off of Wool's pads, which means he made the save.
Whatever.
You know what I mean? If you really think about it, I mean, I'm not going to lie. I mean, we were celebrating and we were happy and everything like that, obviously, but you can't hit it twice.
Okay. You see how Matthews went 5-hole?
Uh-huh.
He did a Nikita Kucherov, who's brilliant. So, in other words, you're coming down, you make your deke and whatnot, and instead of shooting it hard between the legs, you just let it
slide,
drip off your stick, and it slows down and goes in. I don't know why the Panthers, somebody doesn't try that shit. Nick Cousins had no right taking that last shot,
and that's the
when you got a guy named Carter Verhaeghe. Okay.
Well, I'm gonna interrupt you there in the sense that. The devil's advocate is going to say Verhaeghe was 0 for 4 last year in the shootouts.
Doesn't matter.
I'm just saying what was told
percentages. Who else do we have out there?
Well, look, Bennett. I mean, Okay. Hell,
But you know what? We're not at practice every day. And I know they practice shootouts in
right,
practice. So
right.
Cousins might be one of those guys that, in practice
I don't
kicks
know, man.
ass.
He doesn't
You
strike
know
me
who
as a
I'd like to see on a shootout? Call me nuts. Ryan Lombard.
well, we might have seen that if he got far
But I mean,
far
I'm
enough.
sorry, Barkov. I mean, it just looked weak. I mean, if you're going to backhand it like that, you roof it. And he knows what he's doing. It just looked weak. I'm sorry.
Well, yeah, it happens. Um, but at least Stolar stepped up.
And at least we got our point.
I mean, yeah. When they
When
get
we said 5 out of 6 would be nice. So now we got to regroup, catch our rest, come back, beat Montreal tomorrow, and take 5 out of 6. That's the important thing. Stolar's was great.
yeah.
He stepped up big. He made a lot more big saves than Wall did.
Well, yeah, and he got a little bit of help from the crossbar post on the one shift. So, but I think Cousins hit a crossbar too. No, Ekblad hit the crossbar. Ekblad beat him and hit the crossbar. So, I mean, the game the game ended the regulation kind of where it deserved to end, which is 1-1, and then
It was your typical, Leafs Panther game, as far as
right.
I'm concerned.
Yep. Um, I'm like, hopefully Maurice doesn't get any more bugs up his ass to take Kulikov off the ice.
Yeah. Now
No,
that was going to be my next thing. Players that shined. After
right.
Stolarz, it was Kulikov. Other than that, like first game where I just like, yeah, he's been rock solid. And you're right, Paul. If you're watching this video, please do not take Kulikov and put Balinskis in. Kulikov should be one of the 6. Actually, you shouldn't take any of the 6 off.
Right.
The defense is playing solid.
Yeah. Yep.
Solid.
Yeah.
When Montour and Ekblad start scoring, so they get their act together, and add some goal scoring. See, that's what we're missing. We're missing those Montour goals.
Right. And now for whatever reason, I guess because roles have switched up, um, because Mikula and Larson were getting goals. They were getting points and goals. And now that roles have switched up, Ekblad and Montour aren't filling in those points. So it's actually
Yep,
gotten worse in terms of points from the blue
that's
line.
that's a good point. Chemistry has changed.
Right.
Roles have changed, and I'm not liking it.
No, because Larson was kind of playing the offensive end of things while Forsling was kind of playing a little bit more defense. And he was getting goals. And with Mikula Kulikov, same thing. Mikula was pressing on offense, and now the dynamic has changed.
The dynamic has changed. Yep,
Yep.
absolutely.
Hey, Dustin. Dustin says, "Good morning. It's cold. What's cold there?
Like I
What's
said, it's 58. I think it's colder than that.
I'll put it to you this way. It wasn't even 58 in my house this morning. It was 56 in the house this morning because I don't run the heat in the house during the night. We got little heaters for the bedroom, and then I'll turn on the heat when I get up because it would cost me $500 a month to heat this house 24 hours a day. And well, actually, it would cost me a hell of a lot more than that. Now that I think about it.
Yeah, it's 58.
Yeah,
It
we
seems a lot. It seems a lot colder than that. We're not because, we
yeah,
live in perpetual 80-degree weather, so we're not.
right.
We're not used to that
Yeah, you guys aren't used to
25,
it.
30 percent swing.
Right. Other than that, I mean, Barkov took a couple extra shots. I don't remember seeing a time with this many guys. Let me see if I can list them all off. Barkov, Lundell,
Bruce
Chucky.
Duranin,
No,
Bennett.
who's
Yeah, Lusterrain hasn't really been scoring. He has scored a couple of goals, but I'm talking about, you know, guys that are consistently scoring, like Sam Reinhart and Carter Verhaeghe and
So
Stenlin.
let me see. Barkov, Lundell, Cousins, Chucky, and then we'll throw in Ekblad and Montour. Probably forgot somebody else, but those are the guys that every time they're shooting is just going straight into the goalie.
Yeah.
It's just going absolutely.
Excuse me. I think, like in Lundell's case, he was too close to the goalie. Not enough, further back, he might have a little bit of a place to shoot. But when you're right on top of the goalie, there's no way to beat him. He's right in front of you. Right. That's why on the shootouts, the secret to me in beating goalies in the shootout is not to get too tight. Again, my optimal shootout is to come in fast and then kind of stop on a dime and then top shelf it. If you can perfect doing that, you come in fast, you come in hot, the goalie's like, and then you stop and then you shoot it before the goalie has a chance to react, and you pick your top shelf corner. How's he stopping it?
Right.
But again, you can only pull that move off so many times. I mean, Barkov's backhand little flick thing, he's done 1,000 times, and the goalies watch. They watch shooters, and they kind of know their patterns.
I was mainly talking about during the game. I wasn't talking about
what?
I was mainly talking about during the game. I wasn't talking about during the shootout. I'm talking about
okay.
Weeks.
Well, okay.
I'm just talking about weeks of those players just every time they shoot. I mean, Barkov has a couple.
But they're shooting it into the goalie.
That's right.
Or in the case of Stenlin, in the case of Ekblad, they're shooting the puck along the ice, and the goalie's getting his pad on it. Again, I'm gonna repeat myself. The way to beat goalies in the NHL is in the high end of the goal, not low down. These goalies are too quick with their feet. Look at Bob. They play that butterfly style and they go down. That's why what I'm saying so many times, the way to beat these goalies is top shelf, because they go down on their knees most of the game. And again, I'm trying to think of the perfect goal. That it was against Bob, but if Bob stands up and just hugs the post, the guy don't beat him. But going down, Connor Bedard.
Right.
That puck that he stole and he flicked it over. If Bob's hugging the post with his body, there's no room for him to go top shelf. So anyway, I made my case.
So we got Montreal Thursday. We'll see Bubba. You get the 2 points, you get 5 out of the 6 on the road.
Right.
And move on. You know what I mean? We've got a couple of home games coming up. And then
you're right, Eric. We can't take the Canadians lightly.
Let me see. After the Canadians, we've got one more week. We've got the Canadians, and then we've got the Islanders. And then on Saturday, and then we don't play again until Wednesday against the Stars. Then we got the Penguins.
That's going to be a hot game.
And then we go on the road.
When is that Dallas game?
Wednesday.
Yeah, I'd like to go to that game.
Yeah. And then we play the Penguins on Friday, and then we go on the road. We got Sunday, 1:00 against the Jackets, And then we've got the late games again. 4 late games. We've got every other day, so it's not back to back. But we got Kraken, Canucks, Oilers, and Flames. So that's this Tuesday the 12th through the 18th. So buy your extra coffee. Buy your extra coffee. So
Patrick Kane signs with Detroit.
yeah.
No, no crying tears there. 2.75. You know he wasn't going to sign for $1 million.
I mean, I guess if that's what he wants to do, that's what he wants to do. I'm not even.
You know who's right behind us in the standings, right?
I mean, look, with all due respect,
they're an up and coming team, bro.
With all due respect to the Red Wings, the goaltending right now is playing way above its head. Husso, Reimer, and Lyon.
They're right behind us, bro.
Yeah,
they're an up and coming team. That's why. Why else would he go? He wasn't going to go to a team that's in a rebuild, or a team that, like, everybody said, "Oh, he's going to go to Buffalo because it's his hometown." Bullshit. These guys want to win. They want to get paid and they want to win. So, we didn't have the money for him. I said that. I said that all along.
I think if Zito really wanted him, he could have found the extra $1 million.
It's okay.
You know what I mean?
It's okay. All right. So let me mention one more thing before I go. Another great pluck out of wherever. That Gadjevich kid. I like that kid.
Yeah.
I like him a lot. I would love to see that kid score a goal.
He will.
I know.
And that's why big part of the reason why I didn't want Kane, was because then if you put Kane in there, you move Cousins, because Maurice ain't going to bench Cousins because he was on the team last year.
So Lorentz is the man out now.
Lorentz is already out. But if you move Cousins, if you get Kane, you move Cousins down, and then you're going to move Gadjevich off the ice. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that.
Yep. But that fourth line, probably the best fourth line we've had in a long time.
Yep. Razor blades.
Those kids are just not killing minutes. They're
right.
They're good.
Yep.
Good chemistry between the three of them.
Yeah.
So that's all I got.
Yep, that's it. Appreciate all the support, Panther fans. Have a lot of people on the stream. Genuinely appreciate that. Having a good time. Lots of super chats. Appreciate everything that comes our way. I'll be out later, noon, 1 o'clock, with the members and Patreon supporters podcast, and then I'm going to take a night off. That's exactly what I'm going to do.
Good everybody. For you.
Yep. Appreciate all the support, and we'll see you again soon.